Okay, so if you're a business leader, you're hearing about AI pretty much everywhere, right? But with all the hype, there's really only one question that cuts through the noise. What's the actual business value? So today we're going to break down voice AI and get to the real, tangible return on investment that it actually brings to the table.
I mean, let's be real here. Any new tech is just a distraction if it doesn't actually help your bottom line, period. That's the ultimate test, isn't it? Does all this talk about efficiency and amazing performance actually translate into real dollars and cents? Well, that's exactly the question we're digging into today. And the answer? It's a huge, resounding yes. It absolutely does. And in this explainer, we're not just going to tell you that. We're going to show you exactly how by breaking it all down into three key areas: the financial wins, the operational upgrades, and the all-important customer experience. Okay, so first things first, we kind of need to expand how we think about ROI. Too often we just see it as cutting costs. But with a tool as powerful as voice AI, the real return is so much bigger than that. See, true ROI is really about building a healthier, more resilient business from the ground up. We're talking about relieving the pressure on your teams, actually making your customers happy, and grabbing those opportunities you might have missed before. It's about upgrading the entire system, not just shaving a little off one line on a spreadsheet. So, to make this all crystal clear, we've broken it down into these three core pillars. We'll kick things off with the hard numbers, then we'll move into how it makes your operations more efficient, and we'll wrap up with the impact on your most important asset of all, your customers. All right, let's dive into pillar number one, the financial payback. This is where you're going to feel the impact first, and honestly, it's the easiest part to measure. We're talking direct savings, and you guessed it, more revenue. Now check this out, because this chart shows a fundamental shift in the economics of call handling. Think about it. A human agent's capacity is 1-to-1. To handle more calls, you just have to hire more people. But voice AI, it plays by a totally different set of rules. It can handle a practically unlimited number of calls at the exact same time, 24/7. This just crushes the cost per call and means you can scale up or down instantly. And that cost reduction, it goes way beyond just the call itself. Just think for a second about all the resources you pour into staffing, recruiting, hiring, onboarding, training, all of it. And in industries with high turnover, wow, that cycle is a huge, constant drain on your finances. Well, voice AI tackles this problem head-on. Any updates get pushed out instantly across the whole system, and it totally eliminates the need to constantly hire people for those simple, repetitive tasks. What does that mean for you? It means you can build a leaner, more expert human team that's focused on the complex stuff, where they can actually make a real difference. But remember, ROI isn't just about saving money, it's about making money. And this stat from Harvard Business Review, it highlights the number one rule in modern sales: speed is everything. We're talking about a 5-minute window. If you wait any longer than that, your chances of converting that lead just fall off a cliff. So, here's the crucial takeaway. If a hot lead comes in after hours or even just when your team is swamped, you're probably losing that sale. It's that simple. But voice AI is on the job 24/7. It provides that instant follow-up, it can qualify the lead, and it makes sure that by the time a human gets involved, they're talking to someone who's actually ready to buy. It literally turns missed calls into money in the bank. Now, all these amazing financial gains are really powered by our second pillar, the operational upgrade. This is all about making the entire engine of your business run smoother, faster, and way more reliably. Every single business has those peak times, right? A big marketing campaign drops, you hit the lunch rush, or maybe it's a seasonal spike. And on the left, you see the traditional result: total chaos. You've got long waits, frustrated customers, and a team that's completely stressed out. But on the right, with voice AI, that same surge is handled without a single hiccup. No bottlenecks, it's just smooth sailing because the capacity is totally elastic. And you know what this really highlights? One of the biggest advantages of all: consistency. Look, people are people. Performance naturally goes up and down with fatigue or stress, but voice AI, it delivers the exact same high-quality service with perfect accuracy every single time. Doesn't matter if it's 9 a.m., 9 p.m., a weekend, or a holiday. So what happens to your human agents in all of this? Well, their roles get a serious upgrade. This chart really shows how their time gets refocused. Instead of being completely bogged down by answering the same questions over and over and doing mind-numbing data entry, which, by the way, voice AI handles automatically, they're finally free to focus on the high-value stuff.
solving tough problems, building real customer relationships, and actually helping to grow the business.
And that shift, it feeds directly into our third and final pillar, the customer experience win. Because let's be honest, all of these financial and operational improvements are great, but they all serve one ultimate purpose: creating happier customers who stick around.
Oh man, we've all heard this phrase, haven't we? And we all hate it. This is literally the soundtrack of a bad customer experience. It immediately makes you feel frustrated and tells you flat out that your time isn't important to them. The voice AI solution is the exact opposite of that. It's an instant, natural conversational response. No hold music, no punching through a dozen phone menus. It's such a simple change, but it completely transforms how a customer sees your brand. It builds trust and satisfaction from the very first second of the call. And here's another huge frustration it just wipes out: having to repeat yourself over and over. Voice AI captures information one time and it holds on to the context of the conversation. So if a call does need to get handed off to a person, it's a smooth, intelligent transfer, not that frustrating moment where you have to start all over from the beginning.
Okay, so let's bring this all together. We've walked through the 3 pillars of ROI. Now let's take a look at how this is actually playing out in the real world, across a bunch of different industries.
And you'll see the applications are incredibly broad. In healthcare, it's automating something like 80% of those repetitive appointment calls. For real estate and finance, it's all about capturing and converting every single lead the second it comes in. In e-commerce and home services, it's providing that 24/7 support and turning those late-night calls into actual paying jobs. This isn't some future tech. This is happening right now. And that's really the key takeaway here. None of these benefits happen in a vacuum. They create this powerful, positive feedback loop. See, lower costs and smoother operations lead to happier customers. And happier customers, along with teams that feel more empowered, lead to way better performance. Each piece feeds the next, and it all compounds over time to build a seriously powerful and sustainable edge over your competition.
So we're going to end by flipping that first question completely on its head. In today's world, where speed and service pretty much define your entire brand, the conversation has to shift. The real question isn't what does voice AI cost? The real question is, what does missing the call cost your business every single day? What's the cost of every lost lead, every missed opportunity, and every single frustrated customer? Think about that. Thanks for watching.